This video is going to look at divisibility. We're going to look at 2, 5, 10, 25, 100, and 3. 3's at the end because it's different and weird. What we're really looking at is if you have a big number, like say 110, and you don't want to spend a whole bunch of time dividing it out if it's not going to work into an even number, then what are quick tricks you can use to decide, is it worth trying to divide this number by 2? Is it worth trying to divide this number by 5? Is it worth trying to divide this number by 3? And so on. The first number we're going to look at is 2. If you have the number 110, can you divide it by 2? Yes. I know that because I look at the very last digit, and that tells me if the number is odd or even. Keep in mind, an even number is any number that ends with a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. If we look at the three numbers that are on the bottom of your screen, we have 54, 333,958, and 44,683. All we have to do is look at the very last digit to answer the question, can we divide this by 2? 54 ends in a 4, 4 is an even number, so yes, I could divide this number by 2. 333,958 ends with an 8. 8 is an even number. Yes, I can divide it by 2. 44,683 ends with a 3. 3 is not even, so I won't waste my time trying to divide this number by 2. The rule for 5 is pretty similar to the rule for 2. All you need to do is look at the last digit. If the last digit is a 5 or a 0, you can divide the whole number by 5. So 24,675 ends with a 5. Yes, I can divide it by 5. 1,200,380 ends with a 0. So yes, I can divide it by 5. 126 ends with a 6. So no, I cannot divide that by 5. The rule for 10 and 100, again, same pattern. If a number ends in a 0, you can divide it by 10. If a number ends in 00, then you can divide it by 100. Looking at the numbers on the screen, 1,350 ends with 10. So yes, I can divide it by 10, but no, I can't divide it by 100. 34,000 ends with 2 zeros, so yes, I can divide it by 10, because there's 1 0 at the end, and yes, I can divide it by 100 because there are 2 zeros at the end. If you're wondering, it ends with 3 zeros, so I can divide it by 1,000 as well. Anyway, the last number, 100,259, ends with a 9, so no, I can't divide it by 10, and no, I can't divide it by 100. The rule for 25 requires that you look at the last two numbers as well. And it's not actually difficult if you remember money. If you've got quarters in your pocket, you have 1 quarter, you have 25 cents, 2 quarters, you have 50 cents, 3 quarters, you have 75 cents, and 4 quarters, you have $1. And a quarter is 25 cents. So if it ends, any number that ends with 25, 50, 75, or 00, you can divide by 25. 250 ends in 50, yes. 900 ends in 00, yes. 1075 ends in 75. Yes. 860 ends with 60. That doesn't match the rule, so I cannot divide 860 by 25. Now we're going to get into 3, where all the rules change. I've included the rule for 3 at the end because it's completely different. Do not look at the last digit. It doesn't matter what it is. Could be a 7, could be a 3, could be a 2, could be 0. It doesn't matter what the last digit is. You need to follow 2 steps. So I've put the number 111 on the screen. So follow along as I explain. First, you're going to add the digits to find the sum. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 3. 3 is the sum. If the sum can be divided by 3, then the whole of the original number can. So for 111, my sum is 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. It works. Therefore, I can divide 111 by 3. There are some more examples. If we take a look at the number 222, we need to add 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6. 6 is the sum. Can I divide 6 by 3? Yes, I can. So yes, I can divide 222 by 3. Now, take a look at the last 2 numbers. I'm going to ask you to pause the video for a second, think about the answers, and then I'll show it to you. Can you divide 627 by 3? Can you divide 343 by 3? Pause the video, try it out. As soon as you think you have the answer, start the video again. Well, hopefully you managed to pause the video. Let's take a look at the answer to the last 2 questions. 627, 6 plus 2 plus 7 equals 15. Can I divide 15 by 3? Yes, I can. So yes, I can divide 627 by 3. 343, if we add up 3 plus 4 plus 3, we get 10. Can I divide 10 by 3? No. So no, I cannot divide 343 by 3. The rule for 3 is really important whenever you're doing anything with reducing fractions, because you don't want to waste a lot of time dividing by 3 only to find out that it doesn't work. I have an example. So we're not going to do a whole lesson on fractions, but you may come across a situation where you have a number like 558 over 648, and you have to reduce this fraction. If you know the divisibility rules, it can help. Obviously, they both end in 8. 8 is an even number, so I can divide it by 2. However, if I do that, I'm going to end up with 279 over 324, and 2 is no good anymore. I cannot divide 279 by 2. Now, if I can reduce it by dividing by 3, then I've got some pretty easy math to do. If I can't divide it by 3, I don't want to waste 2 minutes of my time, especially during an exam, trying 3 when it doesn't work. Anyway, if you do this, you will find you can divide it by 3. If you start out with 5 plus 5 plus 8, you have 18. Can you divide 18 by 3? Yes. So I can divide the whole number by 3. If you look at the bottom number, I have 6 plus 4 plus 8. also 18. I can divide 18 by 3, so I can divide 648 by 3. There you go. You've got a good head start. In case you're wondering, if you reduce this using 3 and 2 and 3 again, you will end up with a fraction of 31/36.